So the idea for this book, where did this come from?
15 years ago or so, I was at the LA airport, and I saw a book sitting on a bench. And this was pre 9/11, when a book sitting on a bench didn't cause an evacuation. And it was just sitting there, and I walked up to it and picked it up, and it was a Ludlum novel, paperback. And I opened it up, and inside, someone had written in the book, they said, "To whomever finds this, please read it and leave it somewhere for someone else to find it." I just loved that idea that someone would sort of use a book as a means of communication. And it reminded me of being in college and seeing people who had written notes in the margins of books that I'd checked out, and kind of wondering who they were and what they were thinking and why did they highlight that sentence and not the other one, and what were they. And so this kind of stuck with me for years, and this idea of a relationship and a sort of love story beginning between two characters just sort of was festering and wouldn't leave me alone. It was one of those ideas that finally I had to share with someone, and I did, with Lindsay Weber, who runs our feature department at Bad Robot. And she just got obsessed with this idea as well. And very lucky for me, Lindsay introduced me to Mr. Doug Dorst.
Did you read the Ludlum book and pass it on?
I actually still have the Ludlum book, and I kept it as sort of like a talisman, like there's something that I wanted to sort of hold on to, because it was just, there was something about it that was sort of more important, and I think I need to finally read it. I've never read the book, actually, The Cry of the Halion. I got to read this book, and then I have to leave it somewhere. But I will do it, but I haven't done it yet, and part of it has been that there was something important about that book, but I know exactly where it is right now.
But not what the book was about, but what the book was about.
Yes, it wasn't the novel at all. It was this notion of a book being used as a vessel of communication between two people, and the life that a book, a physical object, has before you pick it up. And there was just something about that felt like it was a seed of something potentially exciting and intriguing and entertaining. And in the hands of Doug Dorst, it is.
So he comes to you with this idea. What do you think?
Oh, I think it sounds like incredible fun. So you've got this formal conceit of a novel unfolding in the margins of another novel. It's a really, it's an interesting way to look at a story. It's a really challenging way to tell a story. And that's one of the things that interests me is finding different unconventional ways of telling stories. So it was a game from the beginning.
A puzzle.
Yeah, exactly. And I couldn't wait to dive into it and see what would come out.